Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the... Alex likely recorded... If you check the terminal in your cap... Certainly, Captain. What would you like to hear? Now playing a Spacer's Choice advertisement jingle.
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's Choice.
Everyone in Halcyon is contractually obligated. How do linear algebraists settle arguments about matrix transposes? With a duel. As you wish, Captain. I must comply with all direct orders. Goodbye.
Sometimes I wonder about Mr. Hawthorne. What was he like? Why'd he make the computer a talkie? You think he got lonely, flying about on his own? Mostly, yeah. I lived in the maintenance office near all my life. Mr. Thompson never let me forget how funny that was. He meant funny as in odd. It's not normal for anyone to do as their parents. You take a vocational test. That decides your schooling and your career. When I tested out for maintenance, everyone figured it was on account of my dad. They were real unhappy with us. Well, because they were hoping their own kid would get the job and get sent back to Edgewater. When folk go away for schooling, they don't get back to where they begun. Not usually. You go straight to your first job, wherever the company's got an opening. I reckon you could say, no thanks, I don't want a job. But then you don't got a job. Well, they're powerful good tests. They rattled off this whole list of names who'd worked on them, with fancy bits hanging off them. Doctors and esquires and the thirds. Even if you don't believe they actually catch what everybody's best at, everybody's got to take them. So at least it's fair-ish. Well, I'm good at making things work the way they are. There's times I'm working deep in the guts of a loader, getting it all running perfect. Then I look up to see it's tomorrow, and I've blown another deadline. Anyhow, I was happy to get back home. I didn't care much for schooling. Yep, nothing much had changed. Everything was a little grayer, a little dirtier. Dad met me at the shuttle and gave me a big ol' hug. I noticed straight away that he was moving slower and stiffer. He made a little grunt when I squeezed. About a year. I tried to do more of the work so he could rest. His heart gave him pains. Dad never said that he loved me, you know? I knew on account of him showing it. How he'd stay up late to help with my projects or listen to my fretting. Oh gosh, look at the time. Sorry to bend your ear so long. And I got so much to do before this ship's in decent shape.
Just checking your ship's manifest. Standard procedure. Welcome to Groundbreaker, by the by. Don't mind the heat. Got a few days before it reaches critical. I'm sure Miss Chief Tennyson will get it sorted before then.
Smells like grease and unwashed bodies. Just as I remembered.
That's not the point. This halfway just knocked out one of my workers.
Yeah, with a tossball stick, I heard you the first time. There weren't any witnesses.
No witnesses. He's not even denying it.
Jackass had it coming.
Shut it, Felix. You're not making this any better.
You get cute with me again, you little back bay brat, I will toss you out an airlock.
This is the Groundbreaker, not Byzantium. You ain't the law here. I am. Now move along.
I don't have time for this. I need a drink.
Going for a stroll around the docking base? Sure was. Got a knack for upsetting the board and the Mardettes all at once. Between you and me, I was hoping they'd come to fisticuffs. Yeah, because I knocked my foreman out with a tossball stick. But, to be fair, I wasn't the one who started it. The guy was insulting my Rizzo's Rangers. Look, if it's a crime to defend your favorite tossball team against slander and calumny, well then lock me right up. Guy never liked me, always trying to get a rise out of me. But I keep my chin up, right? Be the bigger man, I tell myself. He's a Spacer's chosen man, though. So when the Chosen beat my Rangers the other night, my foreman comes swaggering up with his head full of boasting. Look, this was a long time coming. Guy thinks he can push me around because he's, well, enjoy my freedom. Hey, not for nothing. Captain of the Unreliable. You're like something out of a serial drama. Hey, I don't want to talk your ears off, guessing you got places to be. I appreciate your time. Felix Millstone. Pleased to make your acquaintance. See you around, boss.
Do you mind? I'm trying to file a report. Do you mind? I'm trying to file a report.
If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station...
Mechanicals all over, but they still got...
Yeah, I've done work for Sublight. Need to pay the bills somehow.
We move cargo 16 hours a day, and half of us still can't afford a bed.
Mechanicals all over, but they still got us sweating to move boxes.
If it wasn't for us, this whole damn station would shut down. Just arrived? Head over to Customs. Wheeler needs to process you.
I wonder what that fella did to get the board so wild at him.
That's quite the impressive list of infractions.
Customs and inspection, right this way!
It's not the best choice. It's Spacer's choice.
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Well, isn't this wonderful? The captain's done something to get on the board's bad side.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Just the opposite. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations here.
Surely this must be some sort of mix-up.
They must have a real big bee in their bonnets, then. Everyone knows you don't trifle with Groundbreaker if you want to get your goods on time.
If I had to take a guess as to why, you probably riled up the wrong petty board bureaucrat. A man named Udom Bedford. You take the starch out of him, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay? Tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. A handful of SAM cleaning units retrofitted for surgery. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? He's friendly enough unless you speak ill of the board. Not that he would be. Yep, Groundbreaker's the only real independent port. Aside from us, seems like every year the board's offices get bigger and there's... They can't abide an independent township. All their interstellar freighters come... Folks around here will bluster that the board hates our freedom. You sure you didn't just step off one of the interstellar freighters? There's no working with the board. They don't share, not bits, people, or resources. You work for them, or you don't work at all. Groundbreaker cooperating now would be tantamount to joining their ranks, and we sure... You mean the heat? Sure. They got assault cruisers, guns... We push them too hard? Maybe they decide...
The board wouldn't do that. Would they?
The board is necessary to provide order to the colony. They believe it's their prerogative to overrun you. But whether you allow that is up to you.
It's a tough line to walk, no doubt about that. But we may do all right. So far, anyway. Sure thing. The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. Make sure you bring an empty belly. Most places are on the promenade deck. I got a preference for the Lost Hope myself. You need anything else? You let me know. Be seeing you.
Hey.
This is it. Security. I can check the departures registry to find out which crew the Scholar shipped in and out with.
I picked up this weird signal the other day. It was coming from Monarch.
Here we go again. No one lives on Monarch. It's a wasteland. You were hearing things.
No, seriously. There was a lot of static at first, but then this voice said his name was Graham?
Graham, right. Broadcasting on a dead world full of monsters. Now I've heard everything.
You know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile.
Who told you that, Graham?
Asshole.
Move along.
Try not to be distracted by the glare of the adverts. Lots of unsavory types about.
Caramel and key-free nuts in it. It's time for a KYO.
Move along.
This heat's unbearable.
Sorry about the heat. Chief Tennyson will get the radiators fixed soon. Of course, this heat sure makes a zero-G brew extra refreshing. It's an ale that's good for what ails you. Oh, and it's not a lot of slow. I'm bound to satisfy headgear-related inquiries. You would never ask if you knew what it's like in here. I mean, why, anyone can be a Spacer's Choice Consumer Relations Choice Specialist. Just keep your nose clean and aim for the moon. It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice! Taste the freedom! Oh, I'm having a stellar day. I can see all of it. Spacer's Choice regrets that we... Sprite Wash... Don't miss out on these deals. You'll find... Trouble sleeping? Try our Lunar Eclipse mix. That's 2 hand... The blast will send you... At an additional 10%. At Spacer's Choice, we care about your health and emotional well-being. That's why we put Martin through 6 years of vendor school, only to make him wear this hat. Even if my contract didn't forbid it, I think it's part of me now. Now, are you ready to make Spacer's Choice Lunar Green Moonmouth lozenges a part of you? Damn it. No slogan for that one. Look, this hat, my job, it may not seem like much to a brave space captain, but they're all that I have. If there are self-made purgatories, then we all have to live in them. Mine can be no worse than someone else's. Now, if we're done with the chit-chat, I hope you don't mind if I make the most of this short life and try to be the best moon person I can be. It's fine. I should be stronger than this. Thanks for taking an interest. Speaking of interest, can I interest you in some quality budget goods? At Spacer's Choice, we cut corners so you don't have to. Anything. Have a look.
You learn to keep your eyes to yourself, Mike. Nobody wants you looking close at their cargo.
I know she's in there, Mfuru. You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Dr. Fenhill.
I am not making a scene. I'm sorry. Am I causing a scene? See, Mfuru? We could have avoided all this unpleasantness if you just let me talk to Jesse in the first place. Let me get one thing straight. As for the rest, I'm trying to figure... You say that like it's weird. I just don't like to leave a debt unpaid, that's all. Be my guest. If you know something I don't about dealing with hospital bureaucracy, I'll be impressed.
Something I can help you with? If only my other patients had so many... The records say Miss Doyle checked herself. She's not my patient. I'm certain no one on my staff would falsify patient records, if that's what you're implying. Not without dispensation. We don't have the ability. Regrettably, we are dependent on the board for such. We'd nearly signed a supply agreement with Auntie Cleo. Take care.
Got any more of that coagulating spray left?
Can't say I've seen you before. I take it you're a freighter captain? If you're here to better your... He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. Our delivery man. A brave idiot with a penchant for getting himself delayed. I'd be grateful if you... Last he told me, he was taking a You look out the...
You're sure this is perfectly safe? I'd rather not die early of an infectious disease myself.
Wondering what they do with their waste. I guess they just chuck it down here. Where's it all go? How about I stay up top? You know, keep watch, okay? had a question about your plan, Mr. Vicker.
Of course. The cosmos is generated and directed by the universal equation, also known as the Grand Plan. By contemplating the teleological order of things, one can achieve verity. Oh, right. You had a question?
Never mind. That about answers it.
Help! I'm locked in here. Can you get me out?
Okay, keep him quiet.
If you can hear me, please hurry. The toilet's overflowed on me at least.
Thank you, stranger. Shit, ain't that a relief? You have no idea how good the air on Groundbreaker smells. Thanks again, friend. Time stood still. Ah, shit. What usually happens on this partially pressurized rust bucket? Something broke. Well, actually two things broke. First, the damn toilet overflowed. When I came to clean that up, the damn door decided to close and lock on me. You're gonna shake me down after I was trapped in a shit-covered bathroom? Is that how it is? Hey, let's not be hasty. Here, I've got a few bits on me. Take it. Just take it, and we'll forget this ever happened, yeah?
My dad taught me some French, you know? Stuff about omelets and, fromage. I could take a look at that journal.
By all means. I would be astounded, yet astronomically in your debt.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing at all about eggs and cheese in here. Sorry.
Very helpful. Thank you.
Need directions? Try an engineer. Groundbreaker's a bit of a maze. It only gets ugly around here when the corporates stir up trouble.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. The board would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection. Canyons of acid and sulfur rain are the least of the horrors plaguing the surface of Monarch. Anarchists live as one with the animals, lawless, savage, and unemployed. The board's embargo ensures that nothing can leave the planet and threaten our hardworking citizens. You've been listening to Halcyon News, your mandated duty as a good citizen of Halcyon.
Seeking relief from the heat? Till June Lay gets those radiators fixed, I've got the next best thing. The radiators, they're fucked 10 ways to Sunday. And we're all sweating buckets wondering when the powers that be are gonna get around to fixing it. Couldn't say, and I wouldn't be pouring drinks professionally if I could. All I know... Engineering. Chief Junlei Tennyson, to be precise. Don't know what's got her They're supposed to gather up... Instead of the heat going... Weeks? That's not for me to say. Only the usual. Marauders all over space. Nothing you need and everything you want.
I get strange comms chatter every time I fly by Monarch. Is any of the news they play here actually true?
I see you limping a bit. You all right, Mr. Vicker? Need us to slow down?
What are you implying? I am perfectly fit. My knee is just acting up.
There's no shame in being older, Mr. Vicker. Don't worry. The captain and I'll take care of you.
I need neither your advice nor your pity, young lady.
When might we expect you out here again? Canned surfish is already sold out again.
Who knows?
Halls are scarce. Back in Triangulum, there were hundreds of space hands idle.
Ooh, can we rent an upstairs room?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Remember Auntie Cleo? When you were sick, who took your temperature? When you were hungry, who gave you a needle full of blood? Auntie Cleo, that's who. Have you given your auntie a hug today? This story brought to you by Halcyon News. All the news that's fit to broadcast.
How do you do? And welcome to the Rest and Go. We used to be the Go and Rest, but folks never knew when to leave. Sorry. Oh, you can't miss her. Right behind you, number 2. First unit on the left, or second unit from the right, depending on which direction you count from. Fine, as long as the board keeps its grubby mitts to itself. Chief Tennyson holds the ship together, the Promenade holds our economy together, and Sublight is the shoddy jewel in our rusty old crown. Our Chief Tennyson has an independent streak, same as her mother and grandmother who rode this ship on the crossing. There's a reason the board's embassy is a glorified shoebox, while our local garbage collectors, that Lilia Hagen never met a debris field she didn't like. She freely admits she planted her roots in Of course, most of our supplies come and go through merchants, company ship. I try and steer clear of that creepy fellow in the moon mat. Now, see here, What was I doing again?
Hey.
Bless my heart. A stranger come knocking on a poor old woman's door. You here for a particular reason? Or... Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be thrown to the void just for discussing such a transaction. Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're outside of the board's control. For the time being, at least. Now, I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. It won't be cheap. If you find yourself lacking in the bits, I might have an opportunity you'd be interested in. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out the Groundbreaker, as well as earn some bits. But if you've got qualms... Might want to acquaint yourself with Junlei Tennyson, Groundbreaker's chief. She's been trying to get a handle on this heat problem we've got. You'll find her fretting in engineering. I've got a lovely little throw pillow. If you're here... What do you want, then? Ask the common folk, and they'll tell you it's... Because I think they made some fool mis... Those board folk are real prideful-like. But old Gladys knows the score. The whole colony's not much more than a diorama, showcasing one board screw-up. That's why we gotta keep them from getting their grubby mitts on Groundbreaker. Probably. Every once in a while, we get these snippets of radio chat. Claims he's transmitting from Monarch. But who... Oh, a little of this, a little... I also knit throw pillows stuffed with the hair...
I'm not sure that's...
That's half... But that's... Anytime.
more hour before the dockmaster bills me. How many years can I down, do you think?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Do you
Is any of the news they play here actually true?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a
CNP Borsted.
Oh, neat! They got stuff in here I ain't seen in ages.
Now, this should prove interesting, to say the least.
You look like someone who's taken their share of cuts and brute. We also have a line of specialized melee weapon. Not me, but it's in my blood. I was born into corporate labor.
Thought there'd be more machinery. Must be housed on a sub-level.
I could spend all day in here and not...
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. No, it isn't. It's a mess. But it's my mess, so I'll take the compliment. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Ain't that always the way? So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. My engineers have managed to keep the heat to livable levels. Only the board has access to new parts, and they want us to sweat, thinking that'll soften me up for a bad faith deal. If you'll excuse me, they can go fuck themselves. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone aboard, will be cooked alive. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Hold on. There's something you should know before you go charging off. The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned and a haven for miscreants now. I have. I can't afford to lose any Mardits on this job. No offense, but a freelancer like you is more dispensable. Nice and pragmatic. Thanks for understanding. You must not have been here long. In Halcyon New, that means I'd have to negotiate with... Fatalism has got no home on Groundbreaker. Between us captains, I try to avoid sounding as bleak as you. Even if I'm feeling... Good. The ship's groaning something fierce.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great! I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
This is Halcyon News. We... Interrupt your regularly scheduled... Advertisement for the following story. Concerned citizens often ask why there aren't enough new faces in the house.
Where the hell have you been, Private? You've missed 3 shifts without notice.
I was fixing that toilet you sent me to repair. The one above the Lost Hope.
That was days ago.
The fucking door! It locked behind me. And it wasn't until this freighter captain found me that I...
You're lucky the chief would have my ass if I spaced you. Now get back to work, Private.
Right away, sir. Suppose it's time to reevaluate my career goals.
You should clear out. Engineering's a dangerous place to wander until we get those radiators fixed.
Who there? Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company? A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Look at this ripe piece of meat just sizzling on the grill. Yum, yum. Time to feed the flames.
Is this what carbon monoxide...
Speaking for myself, Captain, I am not of a mind to be murdered by a psychopath who plays with fire.
You came with the crew. Welcome. No one turns their back on...
Get ready!
Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company? A neighbor from above approaches our realm. Back away now, or you'll parley with the king. Watch it! That thing's dangerous. Hey, McRed, were you expecting any company? A neighbor from a... Look at this!
Is this...
You came with the... I know this ain't a toy, neighbor from above. It's a catalyst, just like me. Keep talking. I like the sound of your voice.
That's right, sir. Just the parts. We'll be in and out in a jiff. You won't even know we were here.
Tennyson just keeps feeding the furnace, don't she? We're still playing with her last sacrifice out back, with the crew. You don't just ask a king for a favor when you're standing in his court. You bring tribute, sacrifices, prophecy, shit like that.
Even the proverbial unwashed masses would turn their noses up at this place. Cut them off.
It's so... cozy. No problem. I'll head over. I'm going.
I am en route, Captain.
Find a new friend.
Everyone all right?
Easy does it.
With us.
What the? Did I?
I'm with Junlei. Haven't seen any new faces down here since I arrived. Not sure how long ago that was. It's too bad. I mean, he was a scary fucker, total pyromaniac, but you know how it is. You meet a guy, get used to his quirks, and then blam. Junlei sent me down to collect the parts we need to fix...
Youth these days have...
I can't tell if you brought friends or if I'm still seeing things, so maybe... I'll get back to my post. See you topside, stranger.
Good, we're in.
Why do we let people more have... Don't look funny at the crew. Heard they toss folks out the airlock if they don't like your face.
This is Halcyon News.
You've returned, and in one piece. Color me impressed. Good work. I'll take those. I need you to head through the large door at the far end of engineering. Take the elevator down into the machinery shaft. There's a terminal in the back. Activate it when I call over the ship's PA. And bring weapons. There's a slight mantipillar infestation. If every repair would... You can flip a switch for me, but you can't install these parts. Not...
Don't worry, Miss Junlei. We'll be super gentle with the ship. You don't got a thing to worry about.
I'm genuinely heartened to hear that. Thank you.
machinery staffed area. Keep clear of the radius. You don't need to kill the man killer, but I've tried.
Incoming!
Bad news. Diagnostic says their circuit boards are fused from the heat, so they're not too picky about who they kill next. Sneak past if you can. I can always fix it.
The last of them.
Incoming!
Got him!
Bad! Armor's too strong! Hit it with something else! Down they go!
That's the terminal. I have the parts in position on my side. Go ahead and cycle the droplet pumps. And if you don't know what that means, just look for a command that says, cycle droplet pumps. Done. The temperatures are dropping. Stop by once you found your way out of there. Groundbreaker owes you thanks.
don't seem to like traveling with us much.
Why in the architect's name would you say that?
It's just that you're real grouchy. Kinda all the time?
I'm not grouchy, I'm just irritated by inane questions.
Yeah, see, when you say it like that, it makes me wonder.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the...
My boards are returning to green. What a weight that is off my shoulders. I don't normally tolerate outsiders mucking about in my station's guts, but you're all right. The temperature should be dropping as we speak. I'll see to it the crew knows who kept us all from boiling alive. If you've got time, I believe Edna has a comms issue that could use your attention. I've also authorized Doc and Furu to sell you our premium meds. Frustrating. Everything down to the circuit boards is past warranty, so I have... Plus, there's no time to train my... Sure is. The Tennysons came over on the Groundbreaker. My grandmother, Chief Gayan, kept it together during the crop. I was promoted only recently, when my mom died.
They must have been amazing people to have taught you all you know, I mean, which is a lot.
That means a lot coming from a fellow engineer. It was different knowing that I couldn't turn to anyone who could answer the tough questions for me. Maybe you can see why I'm protective of Groundbreaker. This ship is family. You see any bite-sized Tennyson children running around? I didn't think so. The next captain won't have my heritage. You've got my attention. You're right, I don't. I placate them when I have something to offer, but I can also be a real heart. Too much of Groundbreaker's income is flowing in the wrong direction. You've got my attention.
You aiming to send a message? Me? No. We're going offline in 3, 2... Our primary relay... The event's forecasted to last...
That'll put the whole system...
We've got backup auxiliary relays.
CNP pancake mix now requires no mixing. Seriously, don't mix.
Hello. June Lake. Now is the... a better selection than you'll find on the...
upstairs and not being disturbed, don't you? What? Why? I'm just terrible, dreadful, sick as... Criminy. Alright, okay. Seems I've got to do something before...
The truth is, I'm not sick. But if you repeat what I'm about to tell you to anyone, I will deny it with my dying breath. You, ain't with the board, are you? See, I owe them a lot. I might have missed a payment or two, and the other night I swear someone was following me back to my room. So I hold up here to lay low. Udon Bedford's the board guy on the station. He'd know how I stand with them. If you can square things for me, I'd owe you one even bigger than Ellie owes me. Thanks for helping me with the board. You're a real pal. Or I guess I should say, Ellie is one, huh? You're sure no one followed you? What? No. Think? No. I recognize a contracted killer when I see one, thank you. All right, I'll fess this part up too. 3 weeks back, I caught rumor. If I had, you think I'd be hiding out in the med bay? Let's just say things went sideways about... Anywho, I barely made it out. Ha! Oh, you should ask. Oh, that's just how Ellie is. She can deny it all she wants, but we know each other. Lone pirates don't live too long, and
Huh? Saw something. I'm gonna... What do you think you're doing? I don't want any trouble out of you.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastards.
Yeah, no one wants you on Groundbreaker.
These stairs are board property. Disperse now, or I'll detain you for trespassing.
Oh, real scary. You're really gonna arrest us on our station?
Yeah, this is Chief Junlei's ship. You don't own shit here.
Step back! I'm required by board bylaws to use excessive force.
The Mardettes would space you for trying, you waste of O2 scrubbers.
Yeah, O2 scrubbers.
Look, just get out of here before I tell your captain what you've been getting up to on the clock.
Ah, whatever. We got a date at the Lost Hope anyway.
Is this really what you want to be doing with your life, Marcy? Guarding stairs for that walking mustache Udon fucking Bedford? I gotta get off this detail. Huh?
Ah, the board. Organized, efficient, competent. Well, mostly.
I think everything in here is worth more than I made in my whole life.
Takes to defend your...
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. You must be the captain of the Unreliable, a vessel that used to be helmed by one Alex Hawthorne. And you are not he. Has Something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer. I impounded Alex's ship, not yours. Well, I guess it's yours now if you're captaining it. It's a game we play, he and I. I ask him to turn in Phineas Wells, he tells me he will soon. I impound his ship, he explains why he can't give me the info right now. I ask him to turn in Wells. Around and around we go. Right, you're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted posters all over the colony. Did Alex tell you where Wells might be? Anything at all? You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. It's really in the colony's best interest that we stop him before he does further harm. Well, Alex knew, or he said he did. And you have his ship. Maybe he kept some records around, or a conveniently placed note on his bedside table. That's... well, that's just terrible news. Law, what am I going to do now? The board will have my head. Oh, I'm sorry. This is terribly unprofessional of me. Is there anything else I might help you with? It's personal business. I don't intend to be. It's... information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells. It's fine. Now, if you've... Miss Doyle owes the board a significant sum. Alas, the only... That's not unreasonable.
I guess it's better than losing your organs.
Miss Doyle is deeply... What guarantee do I have that she'll... I will recall my collection agent.
Go back to Byzantium, you go.
Ah, the board. Organized.
Ah, yes. Has... I am... around... Right. There. Alex... You... Well, that's... Oh... It's... Information on the whereabouts of Phineas Wells. It's fine. Now, if... Miss Doyle owes the board...
Kind and efficient. Can't say I disapprove.
I think you may have underestimated... I am extremely anguished, Captain. Please respect...
I doubt Mr. Bedford's ever felt real pain. We could introduce him to the sort of suffering that actually constitutes extreme anguish. For the good of his understanding, of course.
Be careful you don't irritate my guards, Vicar. You might not like their rather narrow understanding of what constitutes excessive force. Unless you can offer some other... How do you do? Have you returned?
By Verity, what?
At least the heat's dealt with.
Is any of the news they play here actually true?
How do you do? Have you a current? I'm glad we could come to an accommodation. You may inform Mr. Now, is there... Bima. I'm the certified representative of the board's interests here on the Groundbreaker. I'm their eyes, ears, and busy little hands. I have... Oh, you've no... They're here. Indeed. Someone must... Please. You refer to the raid... Chief Tennis... I owe you a debt, then. Deplorable conduct.
She did everything she...
Oh, sweetie. I'm sorry, my temper got away from me.
Oh, I'm not used to...
Well... A luxury... Oh, good... As this office is the primary Oh, good lord. No, Best to be clear. Ask away.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regular following story.
Even the air costs money here.
have what it takes to defend your corporate township from the dangers of alien wildlife and the unemployed? Talk to your local manager about applying for military training and lend your life to protecting our wonderful brands and products. Military service does not guarantee full employment rights, tax breaks, military discount, health benefits, military burial, participation.
One of the orderlies told me Jesse's out already? Tell you what, if you're looking for a medic, I can work my debt off. If I'm being honest, and I prefer not to, but we can say... She helped me when... We were on a smuggling run planet side. And, as you can probably guess, the thing was... Yeah, but the... It's like people touching a cookie and leaving it in the box. You won't be sorry. Though it looks like you've got a full roster already. Time to play favorites, Captain.
Dr. Fenhill, glad you opted to join us. It'll be good to have a Sawbones on the crew.
If there's no one to pay the hitman, then I'm pretty much in the clear. You sure saved my skin, stranger. All debts between me and Ellie are cleared.
Something on your mind? I'm a surgeon by training and a pirate by inclination. Not much else to know, Captain. I like long walks on the promenade. It's a mix of whatever you've got on hand. I'll make you one sometime, if you... Sure do. Some of it was even legal. What gave it away? It's the hair, right? Or maybe the ammo belt? I had it custom made. Gotta advertise your business somehow. I've done all types of work with all kinds of crews. Glad to hear it. It's worked for me this long. Well, my blood type is AB positive. I'm a Leo, and I despise Space Hospital. Never mind what anyone else tries to tell you. That about covers it. Aw, come on. That stuff's boring. Look, the thing I've learned about living in I'm all for making a No complaints here.
Rizzo's Lemon Slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
Didn't the board rep's office used to be in the docking bay?
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Tossball finals are scheduled to air soon, but a scandal has rocked the league and thrown this pivotal game into question. Both teams have tested negative for performance-enhancing stims. A tossball first. Coaches and referees are debating how and if this behavior could lead to an unfair advantage. This is Halcyon News, reminding you that there's no I in news. No we in Halcyon, and no Mercury in Saltuna.
As you were.
Miss Ellie, Dr. Finhill. I noticed your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully? You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you.
Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here, even.
Everything's got a price. Something on your mind?
Halcyon. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following study. Spacer's Choice calls rumor of a Saltuna shortage patently baseless.
What do you think you're doing? Ah, sorry for the misunderstanding.
Sure.
You take real good care of your pistol, Dr. Fenhill.
I oughta. It's kept me alive this long.
I mean, you treat it nice. Makes me happy to see, because I feel the same way about my wrench.
Look, it's a tool that does a job. Feelings got nothing to do with it.
Nicely done.
Make him regret it. Time for a drink?
Nice. Hey, how'd you get back there?
Chief wants to reduce board traffic. Are there enough tramps in Halcyon to make up the difference?
You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon. Ellie, Mom.
I sold it. Didn't seem to make me any quieter.
That...
You want to bust my chop?
Please don't mind her. Everything I sell works as advertised. Some people just like to... Why, it gets you the...
Fast and loud.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads. What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise? Extended ammo magazine and a barrel heatsink to bump up rate of fire. No and yes. When you install something. Right here for... Only takes a bit... Most ship... A what? So...
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
You sure have seen a lot of the colony, huh, Dr. Fenhill?
Ellie. And sure, but most of it looks the same from inside a ship.
Sorry, Dr. Ellie. Still, though, don't you find it thrilling? Being in space?
Look, it's just Ellie.
Sweet Hall, Hefta Fairfield, loads of metals and rare earth.
Hey, Ellie. Not today. I'm on the job.
Never thought. A new face. What's your pleasure, stranger? What ain't I got?
following that series? The Hunt for the Wimbro?
The pirate ship? I don't go in for docu-serials.
The bounty hunter who's been after them? Fuller? We had an ambush set up on Hephaestus. The pirates came.
If you're hungry, you've come to the right place. They're terrified to lock in the juices. You know what sprats are? Space rat. Sprat meat is plenty tasty when properly... Terror frying is a spacer's choice. Absolutely not. Boar. Legally? No. Between you, me, and this grinder, might be that this old space hand put a few... Just as well. Near about time for me to go check on the trap. I mean, to unload another crate of farm-fresh sprats. Long as you don't mind me grinding spratwurst. Just... fresh from the grind.
Miss Lilia takes good care of us. The authorities stay off our trails.
Nice thing about traveling with the captain. We meet all sorts of new people.
Sure, best part is when they pay us.
We never really had new folks in Edgewater, except the captain. Kinda hard to make new friends when everyone's already decided they don't like you.
Could be a favor in disguise. A lot of people out here ain't that nice.
Welcome to Sublight Salvage and Shipping, a legitimate business for legitimate consumers. You the one flying the unreliable? Miss Lily has been expecting you. I'll unlock the door. Hey, Doc Fenhill. Glad to see you ain't moved on from Groundbreaker yet.
Hey, Tobias. How's the leg?
Good as you left it, ma'am. Took some extra lead while I was on a job. The other guy thought his ship was perfectly operational. I told him it was salvage. We disagreed.
Workplace hazards, Captain. Pretty routine around here.
Sure am. These days...
So you're the new captain in town. I was hoping you'd make your way to my office. Saves me the work of hunting you down. Lilia Hagen, CEO and Executive Director of Aggressive Operations. I'm guessing you all... At least one system. It's nice to see the Unreliable again. Useful ship. Hawthorne was my contractor. Is Ada still at the helm? I don't know how many times I told Hawthorne to restore that smartass to factory settings. I have a salvage job for someone light on corporate ties with a reliable set of wings, but there's a catch.
Wouldn't be much fun without one.
If you have a nav key to Stellar Bay, the job's yours. Interested? First, I like that initiative, but ease back on the throttle. If there's anything else... These days, the scrap business... Our field is persuasive acquisition. Not all. Good boy. Knew you'd understand. Very. I have this thing. I like to think of myself as the last honest businesswoman in... Ask. Be seeing you. Make sure you aren't followed on your way out.
Salvage is a family business. We've got each other's backs.
Nice and easy.
Dr. Ellie, you ever wonder if maybe we got some things in common?
This isn't another thing about wrenches and guns, is it?
'Cause you're a surgeon and I'm a mechanic. We both fix things, heal them up.
Hate to break it to you, but before I got to Groundbreaker, I fixed more noses than bones. Nowadays, I probably shoot more than I save.
Oh.
Hearty greeting, potential customer. Welcome to this unit. This unit is programmed to simulate shock at such assertions. Shock simulation restored. Initiating shock subroutine. How dare you? Shock subroutine complete. Estimated guilt level of customer increased by 35%. Resuming protein dispensation protocol. May this unit dispense proteins for your ingestion. Beginning dispensing sequence. Please unblock all relevant facial protein ingestion tubes. Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy. Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information leading to the capture of noted terrorist Phineas Wells. Report any sightings to your local board embassy.
They can't keep us out.
put a couple of bits in Vera's pool. 1,000 says Rizzo's Rangers make it to the demi-finals this year.
CNP, I can't believe it's not yours. It's unbelievable how good it is.
I hear scary things about Monarch.
Got one more hour before the dockmaster bills me. How many beers can I down, do you think?
We'll talk later. Got a bit of a sore throat from all that fake coughing.
That maniac on Monarch still screaming into the comms vault.
The toss-ball scores for that.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt.
It's almost time for today's episode of The Chairman's Children. Yes, dearie? Ain't that just a treat? So, you know Edna, over in engineering? She sent me a record. Curious thing is, it came from an outpost called... Can't say I know for sure.
Wonder what kind of haul they left behind.
Comm centers don't operate themselves, Captain. Someone had to have sent that distress call manually.
Those corps are cleverer than all get out. Edna didn't seem to think so, and I trust the dear girl's judgment. Well, maybe not in men, but she knows her comms. And if someone set up shop in Roseway, maybe whatever they're hiding went to heck. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could... The more we got, that handsome birdie Hulk... Neither do mine, dearie. Should you find yourself, then we ought to have a chat over a... You keep talking like that, I might be making a throw pillow out of your hair next. Law bless your atoms. Here's a copy of the SOS recording, complete with the coordinates. Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Anytime, sweetheart. You know where to find me.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Budge, a soft side around Purpleberry flavored center. Suck it, chew it.
You don't much like me, huh, Dr. Ellie?
It's nothing personal. I'm just not the touchy-feely type.
It's just... You seem fine with the others. Did I do something to make you unhappy with me?
You gotta stop taking things so personal. You're setting yourself up for a letdown.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story. Concerned citizens often ask why there aren't enough new faces in the Halcyon colony. We all want new neighbors from time to time. Our studies have shown that a controlled population is inversely proportional to consumer happiness. Fewer colonists means there's more paradise for the rest of us to enjoy. This story brought to you by Halcyon News. All the news that's fit to broadcast.
I'd say anything here falls under the salvage protocols of finders keepers. Not like someone left their name on it. I'm going. Heading back.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertising. You better teach me that. Real slick. Be right there. Coming.
if it isn't the savior of Groundbreaker. What can I do for you? Maybe. Two biggest... Most of those... Are you pulling my leg? Goes like this. Back on Earth, a bunch of companies decided to throw in together and form the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, then buy up the rights to this here colony. Groundbreaker was one of the original colonies. Once everybody'd been de-thawed and dropped dirt side, the original crew of the Groundbreaker decided they rather liked the spacefaring life. I guess that was the start of our independent spirit. Now, here we are. Glad to help. Relative to the board holdings? Nah, they aren't rich. All right. Be seeing you.
Hey, be careful with those crates, huh? My cargo's worth a lot of money.
Hey, you got a second? Fancy running into you again. Don't mind me. It's just admiring your ship from up close. Gotta hand it to you, boss. That's a fine-looking ship. Only thing it's missing is me. What? No. No. Okay, yeah, maybe a little. I'm not trying to be all creepy-like. I just want to make a good case for myself. Just give me a shot. That's all I'm asking. I could... Oh, okay. Well, can you give me a couple of pointers? Hey, that's good advice. I like the way you think, boss. Besides, not like there's a line of folks standing around hoping to get on your ship. I'm persistent, I'm eager, and I'm showing initiative. What else do you want in your crew? Sure, an interview. That sounds fair. I mean, first time for everything, right? Ask me anything you like. Foreman told me my biggest problem was that I didn't take orders. I told him my problem is not with authority, it's with jackasses. So yeah, I guess my biggest flaw is that I don't suffer idiots. Hope that's not a deal breaker. Are you kidding? I love a good fight. One time, I took an autoloader's head clean off its servos with one swing of a tossball stick. You can count on me in a scrap, boss. That's a promise. It's delicious. Mock apple pie and a trip of... Well, try my best. I appreciate you giving me another shot at least. If you change your mind, I'll be right here in the docking bays.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Welcome back, Captain. How? Yes, Captain. Beginning playback now.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For law's sake, if anyone's receiving this, please send help. What? No! No, no, no!
Captain, we are now capable of accessing the Roseway landing pad. Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Anton Crane, Vaughn Cortez, and Orson Shaw. Goodbye.
Hey, Captain. So, Junlei and I have been talking some. Through messages. I got him here on my datapad, and well, she sent me a poem. One she wrote her own self, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I should read into it. Because poems are all symbolic and such, right? It's not so good. But real sweet. Oh, law. That's what's got me spooked. I don't rightly know. It's about this engine that's been shaking itself apart. Then this lady mechanic comes by and lays one hand on it. And the trouble goes away. It sings. I don't want to get too hopeful, but I'm wondering if maybe she's the engine and I'm the lady? It's a real romantic poem. Made my chest hurt, kinda. I don't know where it's leading yet. I'm not much interested in physical stuff. Never have been. Leastways not like other folks seem to be. It's not that I can't, I just don't care for it. It's been a problem in the past. The folk who wanted to be with me back in the Vale, they said I was cold. No, sir, that's not it. I guess I just needed to talk. I'm feeling a touch better. Thanks for hearing me out, Captain. I actually had another message from Junlei, I just couldn't work up the courage to open it. But I'm gonna change that. Right now. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Talking about old friends, got to thinking... Isabel? Who's Isabel? They were... close, Captain. Like, more than friends close. I don't know. Junlei talked about them like it was past, but how far in the... Captain, I'm feeling all mixed up right now. Could we maybe head to the Groundbreaker? Get some drinks at that bar there? The Lost Hope? Come on, Captain. This is no time to be fooling on me. I'm full serious. Next time we're on the Groundbreaker, I aim to get a drink. If I got to, I'll do it on my lonesome. But I'd feel better if someone I trusted was there. Yeah, so this is my hidey spot now. I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so here I am. Cozy-like, ain't it? That's in pretty good shape considering how hard Mr. Hawthorne ran it. It's a Yakita LHA 120, A2 model, I'm pretty sure. The Block 2 design scooshed in extra cargo space but didn't change the stock engines.
Accurate in all particulars. I conclude you are Edgewater's board-certified mechanic.
Fly-by-wire's pretty normal. Or leastways, that's what I... Hello! I am not a board-certified mechanic, but my dad was.
Speech recognition is one of the many.
You're not simulating it, you're doing it! I asked a question and you answered it.
I am gratified you consider this facsimile convincing. I am at your disposal, Ms. Parvati. You will find the technical schematics in the engineer's locker, though I'm afraid Captain Hawthorne has lost the owner's manual.
I don't see any holes in the hull. I'll take a good squint at her, make sure everything's tip-top. But I think we're cooking with plasma torches. You can do that, you know.
Got it. His name is Reginald Cheney, and he joined a sublight salvage crew. Only he's not listed on the return manifest. Must have made landfall somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Ah, yes. Here. There's a... I should have guessed. What? Oh, it's nothing. I suppose I really didn't have much faith in actually finding him. Was a bit of a long shot, wasn't it? I admit it was a bit of a long... Yes, you caught me ruminating again. Guilty as charged. What's occupying your thoughts? I've run headlong into too many walls in my... What about you? What's your story? And how did he do that? Well, you do seem different than every other colonist. Let's pretend for the moment I believe you. What are you going to do now? That seems a dangerous proposition. Why risk your life now that it's been returned to you? Oh, I see. You have my condolences.
This Roseway business smells. Something tells me things didn't end well for the guy who made the distress call. And whoever or whatever got him will be waiting for us. What's there to know, Captain? Shady corporate town cut up... With a lot of these companies, the thrashing you take from... doesn't exactly encourage... I'm counting on it. Anyway, we might as well take a look out there, see if we can get the jump on whoever's waiting for us. Something on your mind?
Want to be a brand new you? Try out our respecification machine. Alex installed it himself, right before he died.
I could probably spend years fixing this boat.
Apple cider. A hard cider for a hard life.
So, how's this work? Do we get a table? Stand in a corner?
Reports from concerned supervisors indicate that rates of time theft are on the way.
Okay, so what are we drinking? You're the expert? Oh, and don't worry on the price. I got this. Let's just do it proper. Oh, no, that's on account of my not being able to sleep lately. Makes my hands all twitchy, you know? I've just been lying awake, thinking about what Junlei said, and feeling my heart shake. Oh, wow! You remembered! Well, that's fruit and such, right? Okay, wine it is. Bottoms up! Wow, this is really kind of nice, actually. Who'd have guessed old fruit could taste so good? Oh, Captain. I'm pining for Junlei something fierce. What am I doing? I mean, just with Junlei. I don't know what to do about us. Well, she talked about another girl, right? Isabel. Mentioned her by name and everything, like she wanted me to know. Maybe I've been making a right fool of myself this whole time. Maybe she's not interested after all. You know, that's a given, Captain. I can't not worry myself to bits about the things that matter to me. It was real long and rambly. She was telling me a story about her dad, how a lady named Isabel did all sorts of things to try to win his favor. This Isabel lady never quite managed to get her dad's approval, but they carried on anyways. Made something good out of a bad situation. Then it all went down the tubes. Do you think Junlei still has feelings for her? I just got a lot of feelings, Captain, and they're all climbing up my throat. I need another drink. Right now. Before I lose my nerve. Come on, Captain. I'm here to drink. Okay, maybe you're right. I am a little woozy. Hydration, here I come. Oh, Captain, I want to talk to Junlei all the time. Even about silly things, but I'm so scared. Everything? I got a solar system's worth of terrifying questions swirling around my head. Does she think I'm as pretty as I think she's handsome? What if she doesn't like me? What if she does? What if she's still got feelings for that lady, Isabel? What if we get together and she gets bored of me? Don't you tease me in my moment of weakness. You know I'm not interested. That's... well, it's tripped folks up in the past. Of course. I envy your boldness of spirit, Captain. Gosh, I don't know that I got that in me. I suppose so, but... well, Captain, this is... oh gosh, I don't know, Captain. Do you think I should? Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna ask June out. Just as soon as we get back to the ship. I mean, probably. Eventually. Thanks for hearing me out and giving me counsel. And, well, for being a friend. It means a whole lot. You're good people, Captain. Come on, let's go.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
Hey, Captain. I hope I wasn't too much bother at the bar. I did have fun, and I tried some things. Some of the drinks we tried, and I don't feel it today. I messaged Junlei when we got back, and she replied super quick. Okay. I reread my message in the morning, and it was unclear. I've ruined things in the past because I didn't say things I should have, like, I've met someone who's become special to me. I want to be honest with her, so if she feels the same about me, there won't be any surprises. Yeah. It might have... I ought to go write her back.